Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs, and I'm your boy Lulua Mark. We are here with the final part of this project. We started it right from part 1, and this is the fourth part. And it is a 3-bedroom bungalow that we are doing with the modern facades. It is a contemporary building, and of course, we are now at the stage of facading. We finished the floor plan, we finished the roof, we worked on the rooms. That's put in all the components. We also worked on the openings, wall openings, and all the stuffs, and we are now here with our facading. Today I believe we shall really finish this quick enough, because we even started doing the facading yesterday. This is what we have achieved so far, and it was really looking nice when we left it, and now we shall continue from where we left. So as you have seen, the design now needs some bit of work. We are now going to do work. The first thing I want to do today is to create we are going to create something here for the pots. You know, this veranda needs a shed here, so we're going to create that shed, and the shed will be, I will use extrusion. So you're going to learn how to use extrusion, though we used extrusion here yesterday, but of course we shall learn more extrusions today. Now if you want to use extrusions, you come to your architecture, and then you come to components, you click on the drop down like this, you go to model in place, click on this model in place. Extrusion, you can use casing, but it's advisable you look for generic models. You can just scroll like this until you find it, or you can click on G, then it will just take you direct to the letter G, and you'll see these generic models. When I click OK, it will tell me to rename this according to what I want. I can just say front ports, something like that. You can rename it the way you want, the way you understand. So I can just say OK, and now it will open up this menu that has extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, blend, and void forms. We have ever used most of these tools before in previous projects. We have used the revolve to create a classical pillar or column, and then we have used sweep before. So if you have not seen some of those videos, you can go and check them. But for today, we're going to create an extrusion. So I'll just click on this extrusion, then it will open up this menu. Now we come to this set. You come to this set here, where you are going to set work plane. You just click on it, then it will give you this window. Here you select the pick a plane. You select this pick a plane, you say OK. Now you are going to highlight the plane where you want to draw your extrusion. That one is very important, because if you select the wrong plane, the extrusion will be drawn on that plane and you may not see it where you want it to be. So when you highlight on a plane, it will draw for you some blue lines on the plane where you have highlighted. So for us it is this plane, so I'll just click. After clicking, you see it will, the mouse will become active. That means it is ready for drawing anything now. So we can let me just use this rectangular tool now to draw the extrusion here. I'll start from here, just like this. I'll draw it all the way to this part. I'll just click there. Then I'll escape a bit. I can escape a bit. Now you can do your measurements. When I click on one of the lines, it will show me how thick this extrusion is. And I think I need I need like let's say 300. You first click here, then you can write 300. I'll just click enter, then it will create for me a thickness of 300. So from here you can just check on this tick. When I click that, it will draw for you this extrusion. If I orbit, that's what we have drawn. When I finish it up, basically we shall have something like that. See that? We shall have something like this. However, you can now customize it the way you want. We have not even given it a material. So if I click on it, I can drag it any way I want. So I can just pick on this part. I can drag it in any direction I want. So that is why extrusion is important in Revit. It helps you to achieve some complicated designs easily without a lot of hassle. You see that? I just pressed it to this part and it has covered this. So it's I think an easy way of achieving things like that. Now we can give it a material. I didn't show you that because I wanted to show you something else. So I want to show you how to create its material, because now here you'll even know how to edit it when you have when you either want to change something on it. So you can click on it again, then you come to this tool that says edit in place, which is here with the pencil in it. You click there, then it will just give you this surface. You click on the extrusion again, then it will show you here edit extrusion. But of course, for me now, I don't want to edit the extrusion. You can edit it if you want to change something or the shape. You can click on edit extrusion. It will take you to the same procedure where you drew the lines, but we just want to change the material. Now here in the properties, you will see here it has material. You click on this material, it has already taken the white color that we created, but in our design I think it looks like a wood finish. So I'll click on this material. It will open our material browser. This one will open the material browser. Here you can just now create a new material, but I believe you already know how to create a new material. Remember, we click on this circle here that has a plus sign in it. You come to create a new material, then it will create the default material. You right click, you rename. I'll write there wood finish. Let me just write wood finish. And then in the graphics, I think we shall select a color that looks like wood, something like this. It will not be too red, a little bit like that. I'll just leave there. Then in the appearance, of course, you know the asset browser, you get it by clicking on this icon here. Then you can search for wood, just like that. You allow it to load. And then of course we have wood here. Let's try and when you click on this, it will replace, it will show the kind of wood you want. So I think I'll just go with this. I'll close here, I'll click apply, okay. Then sorry, here you will now see in the materials it is showing wood finish, and we need to tick here to finish model. You tick and you'll see you have your wood here. See that we have our wood finish. Now that's exactly what we want to achieve. Now from there we have something that we want to create this side to support this extrusion from up. So now what I can do is I'll also use extrusion You can use wall tool, you can use extrusion, but now we have already learned how to create walls. So I want us to practice extrusion a little bit so that we shall understand how it works properly, especially picking planes, and make sure you save your work. So back to architecture, then components, you go to model in place, you look for generic models, you click OK. You can rename it. This time I will not rename it because I'm tired of renaming, but you can rename it so that when you are going to edit, it will make work easier, especially if you want to render your work in Illusion. These names are very, very important. They're vital. It will help you to change materials, because if you just leave these generic models, it will change. You want to change the material for one thing, it will change for all the other components. So I'll click OK. Then back to extrusion, I'll come to the set work plane. I'll pick a plane. I'll say OK. Then the plane is still this wall. You see when it highlights blue like this, I'll click there. Then I'll come to my rectangle tool. You should note that it's not always the rectangle tool that works. You can use all these other tools actually to create whatever thing you want. For me, this design it's purely square everywhere. That's why I keep using the rectangular tool. So you can use these circles, you can draw something really weird. It's allowed. You can experience, you can just explore. So I'll go with my rectangle. I'll just draw something like that there. Then I'll escape a bit. Then I want to give it a thickness. I'll click on that. Then this one is 700. I guess I can just give it 300 as well. I'll click OK. And then when I tick here, it will now bring us to the part where we can change material. So if you don't want to finish it before changing the material, you can now come to the properties. You look for material, which is here. You just go to the material browser, you go and change the material, things like that. But of course, the material we want is just the white color, which is already there. That means we can just finish up this model, just finish it. And you see it has created this pillar here. But of course, I don't want the pillar to be here. This is not where I want it to be. I want to stretch it all the way somewhere here. Actually, it should align with this. It should align with this face. Now you can actually align these things. You don't have to always drag. If the face is definite, you can align. For example, when I come to the align tool, I want to align this thing with this one. I'll click on this first, because this is where I want it to reach. Then I'll come and click on this. You see, it will just come here. It has aligned them perfectly. And I can even align this surface to the upper one. I'll click on this part. I'll click on that part, then I'll orbit a little bit. I'll click on this, and it will take it up just like that. I can escape a bit. That is how you can align extrusion without the need to drag it anyhow. But of course, this is not how I want the extrusion to be. I want to create some opening here. Now I'll simply drag it. I'll just bring from here this side. Can just drag like that, just there. When I click on it, if I come to edit in place, I click on it again, I can see the extrusion end and the extrusion start. You can see those things here. And then of course, if I measure, this is the measure tool that it is in form of a ruler. I know we have not used it in this project before because we have the align dimension tool, so we rarely use the measure tool, but right now we can use it. If I measure here, up to here it's 700 plus, so I will reduce it to more. I'll just drag it there so I can finish up the model. So I'll have something like that. You see that? That's exactly what we want to achieve. That's what we want to achieve. But then I think if you look at our design, we have some steps here that leads us to the house, inside the house. So we are going to achieve that. We want to achieve that. Now if you want to do steps, but then we first have to change the color of this part here, this wall. Remember we did some change of colors using this paint tool with the shortcut PT. It is here. You click on it, then it has selected the white color which I want to use. However, if yours is showing a different color, you can search for the color you want there. You just click on the color, you come and select the wall you're painting. Just like that, it will paint your wall, and the wall will turn to the color you want. It's as simple as that. Now that's what we have so far. Then I want to do something up here because we are going to extend some of these parapet walls to create some more design for the other side, so that we have an even walls that are going upwards. But the best place where we can do this is I think the roof level. So let's first go to the roof level. Go to the roof level. Now I see the walls are here. Roof level, it is only showing for us here there's parapet wall, here there's no parapet wall. So now I think I can just change from here. I can select this wall, this one here. Since we didn't create parapet walls here, we can just change the height. After selecting the wall here, you can come to this unconnected height, which is here in the property panels in the top constraint. This one here, I can change it to, let me change it to, let's say 4 meters. That is 4,000 millimeters, and see what it will give us. It has given us that, but I want it to be a little bit I think taller than this. I guess will be taller than this. So I'll click on it again. I'll change it to 4.2. Just note that this wall that we have created up would have been a parapet wall ideally. However, we have not done that because our roof is really just a slab. So now I can also now change this to this. What I'll do, I'll just align them. How do you align? Remember, we use the align tool, which is the AL. You first click on the surface where you want the other object to go. Then you can now click on the object. It will align it to the surface you instructed it to go to. Just like that. I hope you are seeing what we are trying to come up with. Just like that. So we want to create another. Let me come to the roof level. There's this wall. There's a wall that we're supposed to create around here. I think I'm just going to create this wall as the wall I want. I'll create a parapet wall here. So we shall come to our architecture, we go to the wall tool, and we shall use our normal wall that we created. So I'll create a wall here that will come all the way to this side. Then I can escape. When you come to the 3D, you'll see a wall there in the middle. You see that wall? Yeah, that's the wall I want to create. That wall. That means this wall here must be, if you want to achieve something unique here, this wall must align with this. So it's as simple align them. I'll select the wall, I'll come to the align tool. I want to align it to this surface here. This one has to go down. Just like that, it has aligned to that surface. And then of course, we now want to align this one as well. So we come to align, you can use this surface, and then you take that one down. Just like that, you always escape so that you are not troubled. Don't want to get trouble. So what we want to achieve again here is that we are going to bring this wall a little bit this side. In the roof plan, this wall here, we can bring it to this one. The easiest way is to use this last trim that says trim extend multiple elements. When I click on that, I first click on that part where I want it to come, then I'll click on the part I want to resolve. It will delete the excess part, just like that. I hope you understood that. So now when I come here, you'll see that wall is tall. It is tall there. Then of course we shall extend this extrusion to that wall. This time I'll just drag it. I don't want to align. I'll drag it to save time, just like that. It is now perfectly sitting on that part where I want it to sit. These days with the modern designs, you realize that the walls are not even, just to create some nice finishes. So let's draw the remaining parapet walls around these areas. I'll come to the roof level. I'll create another parapet wall. I'll click on this one that we created. I'll come to this create similar, which has the shortcut CS. Then I can just draw. I can draw here up to there. I can draw like this up to here, and then like this. I guess it's up to somewhere here. Well, it is not perfectly aligned, but we can fix that. I've escaped. So the only way to fix that is you can come to the align tool. You click on this side, then you align like this. Of course, Revit will complain because now two walls are trying to confuse each other. So you can drag this one just there so that it meets this one exactly where they are supposed to meet. But I think it is this wall that we need to bring back. So I'll use the align tool. I'll click on this part. I want it to align with that, just like that. So now when you come to the 3D, that's what you will see. See that? You see that? You see that? So that's what we want to have there. And then of course we want this one to connect there. So from here we shall just select any of these walls we have created. I'll come to create similar, then I'll continue to draw following this line, just like that. I think it is just there that we want to stop. So now it has drawn that wall. we're going to align it with this one here. So I'll come to align tool. I'll select the upper face of this wall. I'll also select the upper face so that the faces can align. And of course, when I orbit, here you see this, there's a gap here that we want to fix. So I can come to align tool. I can select this face just like that. Then you tilt, you select this face so that the walls can link up just like that. So now there's this part that needs to intersect. This one here you can just intersect instead of instead of uh, instead of linking, or instead of aligning. So when I come to the roof level, it is this part, this and this, that needs to be aligned. You remember the align tool, which is here. Actually it is the trim. The trim slice extend to corner. I'll just click on this and that they will link up or intersect where they are supposed to intersect. When you come to the 3D, make sure you save your work because we don't want you to lose your work. So here they are perfectly linked, and we are moving on well. I guess we are moving on perfectly well, perfectly well. So now we have that uneven design that we wanted to create. I'm seeing a lot of white on this house. The house is white everywhere except this part here. Now there's one important part that I want us to create. So now if you want to cover up this area with the extrusion, it is really now simple. This one here you can just for example, I can just come to extrusion, then I come to components, model in place. I'll look for generic models. I'll just click OK. I'll leave it at that. I'll come to extrusion. I come to set work plane. I'll pick a plane. OK. Then I'll pick, I think, this plane here. Then I come to my rectangle. I orbit it in a way that I can draw. So I can just draw something here like that. I can even just stop with it there. Then of course it has given us the white color in the material, which is the color we want. I'll click on finish drawing and I'll finish up the model. The rest I can do it from here. So now I can just click on it. I can drag it all the way here, then all the way. Of course I can just drag this one up as well. You can drag it in any direction, actually. Any direction possible, it will always go. So there. And then of course this side, you can just drag it there. Where else I can drag it here? Let me see this part. So just like that. Now where it has not reached, we can align. I can pick this align tool. I'll select this face and that face. This will align like that. Then this side, I can pick the align tool. I pick this face and that face. This will align again. See that? These ones, they have aligned properly. That is what extrusion can do. It has created a slab that we will have created using the slab tool or using the floor tool. I keep saying a slab tool because in ArchiCAD we use a slab, so I am a little bit used to it now. Keep calling it slab. Then of course you can do the same for this side. But anyway, let me do it a little bit quick so that we create our foundation. I mean our steps at the ports, because I feel it is very important. So I'll come to architecture, components, model in place. I'll look for generic models. Click OK. I'll not rename it. I'll come to extrusion. I'll set my work plane. I'll pick a work plane. I'll say OK. The work plane is that. I'll come to rectangle. I can just draw a work plane. Just like that. The material is already white. I'll click OK. Then I'll finish the model. The rest I can do from here. I'll have to twist, right? Just like this. I'll take it all the way here. And then of course we want to drag it into this direction. And then of course we shall be in trouble. You see here we have trouble here. This part has come outside and yet we don't want it to be here. Now what can you do, or what can we do? Let us see what to do. Let us first of all select on it. You come to edit in place, then select the extrusion. You go to edit extrusion. Now this part is here. I'm seeing the only option we have is to bring this one here, but then we have to create another one that side, because we can't only remove this specific part here. So I can just use my key, these how do they call it, these arrow keys on the keyboard. So I'm using the back option to bring this one back. So just like that I can finish up. That means for this part we need to create another extrusion, which we're doing now, from architecture and components, model in place, generic models, click OK, rename OK. You come and select extrusion. You go to set the work plane. You pick the plane, then the plane is going to be that one. You come to a rectangle, then you can draw the plane there, just like that. Then you can finish it up, and then from here you can now drag it all the way, just like that, So we have filled up that part. Our house is called a white house, I guess, because everywhere is white, and we even have to change these ones to white. So we shall come to the paint, and then the white paint is here. I'll just paint on these faces. I'll paint everywhere. Everywhere is going to be white. We want peace. White symbolizes peace, not so. So when I orbit this, white there, white here, white here, white there, white here. So everywhere is white, even here white, just like that. I believe this side white, down here white. So we have a white house. We have created a white house here, but I think now we can come and do the porch, the veranda. We need to do it because it's one of the important aspects I wanted to show you. Now let us start by creating steps. I'm going to create like let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 steps here. I'll create 6 steps here, And to create steps, I'm going to use the floor tool this time, and we shall do it on the ground floor. So in your project browser, you just double click on the ground floor. We shall do it here. Now to do that, you just come to architecture, you look for the floor, and we are selecting the floor architecture, and we already had our floor created, so all we need is just to draw it now. I'll use, of course, the rectangle tool. You know, I always love using that. Click on it, then I'll just draw one from here like that. Then of course we shall measure. This time we're going to measure. We want this step to be just 150 millimeters away in terms of width and in terms of height. Then of course when we click finish, it will create this, but this offset, sorry, when you come to the 3D, you realize it is sitting where this floor or the first slab is sitting. Now we shall control it from the offset here. So the offset has to be negative 150 because the thickness is negative. The thickness is 150. You see now it has gone 150 down. So all our steps are going to be 150, 150, 150. So when you come to the ground floor, you see that now instead of creating more of these, I can just come to, I can even just use the copy. I believe we have not used the copy tool. When you click on the copy tool, it will draw for you a line around the object you want to copy. You click on it again, you just now drag like that. You can escape. I can now copy many, even 6 of them. I'll just now start customizing the way I want. So I'll just click copy again. I'll click on it. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're left with 1, just like that. Now there are 6 of them. I can link or align them. I'll use the align tool. I'll pick that edge, I'll pick this, come to align, I'll pick this edge, I'll pick that, come to align, pick this, pick that, come to align, pick this, pick that, come to align, pick this, pick that. Now we can finish the rest in a 3D. Come to a 3D. Now they are all sitting on the same level. However, if this is negative 1.1, this one should be negative 300. Not so. Negative 300. Let's see. Just like that. You see there, it has gone. Now if this is negative 300, that means this one has to be negative 450. Negative 450. Just like that. Then if that is 450, this should be negative 600, I guess. Negative 600. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this one can be negative 750. We are really entering deep into the foundation. I guess I'll delete this last one because I don't want to have something that is really steep. So this is our step going up. This is the step going up. But I think I'll still bring that one back. I'll bring it back, and then if the other one is negative 750, this one should be negative 900, I guess. Yup, yes, that's exactly what we want to have. Now we have that, and then we need to cover it up. We need to cover this part up, and how can we do that? How can we do that? We can use my battery is warning. We can use extrusion, or we can use the flow tool to achieve that. But of course, the downer part we shall use we shall know. Oh, of course, it is on the ground. That means it will be filled with soil and sand and all those stuffs that are below the ground level or in the foundation. But to cover up this part, we can do something. Let me say I want to use can I use extrusion? Let me just use the slab tool, but I guess extrusion will do for us a quicker work because we want to use it and finish it up very fast. But still, let me use a floor. So let's go to the ground floor, and then we go to architecture floor. Then this time I'm going to pick lines instead of using the rectangular tool. I'll come to this pick line, then I'll offset. Of course, I'll offset let's say 500. Offset 500 from here, just like that. Then the rest I'll not offset. I'll put it at 0. So this will be at 0, this will be at 0, that will be at 0. Then I'll come to the trim. I'll extend this to that. I'll extend this to that. Then this height offset, now we're going to take it down to -900. When I click finish, Revit will start complaining. Do you realize why it is complaining? The last step is at a level of -900. That means this other slab we have created should be lower than that. So the only thing we can do is to select it. You will come to this height offset. We make it -1500. Not so. 1050, I think. -1050. So that's like that. Oh, that is too much. We have put there 10,000, not 1,000. -1050, something like that. Now here Revit will not complain. You see that? It is now sitting exactly where it is supposed to be. However, the middle part is not covered up. It is not covered up, but you don't want to over worry about that for now. That's not our worry. So I'll now there I think now use my extrusion without any problems. For the extrusion, I want to use this part here, this part of the slab. So I'll come to architecture, I'll go to component, model in place, I'll look for generic models, I'll click OK, then OK, I'll come to extrusion, I'll go to set a work plane, I'll come to pick a plane, OK, and then I'll select this plane. Of course, that's the plane I want. I can use my rectangle tool. Here now you have to be careful when you're drawing because it is down. So I'll click OK, and the material for now doesn't matter. I'll just finish it up. Let's see what we have. We have something like that. Now we can control this one. I can drag it all the way down. Then I can drag it this side. I'll make it to attach it to this first surface. Okay, something like that. Then of course we want this one to be we're going to use the align tool to make a perfect alignment. So I'll align this surface with that surface. Then back to align tool, I'll align this surface with that surface. So just like that. Then this side, I'll align this surface with that surface, just like that. And then maybe behind here, we can align this surface with that surface. So you realize that this extrusion has so many components here. These are things that are in the foundation, so they contain a lot of things that unless you understand foundation technology, you will know what comes in the foundation. So for now, we just create things that can cover up this space. But of course, in your own research, you can try to understand what comes in the foundation. So we are going to create more extrusions so that we cover up these parts. For us to achieve that, that means each surface will have an extrusion, and I'm going to just use the surface of of these steps. Make sure you save your work, by the way. Don't forget architecture, components, model in place. I'm using generic models for this project. I'll click OK. I'll select extrusion. I'll come to set a work plane. I'll pick a plane. I'll say OK. Then I want this plane here, this small plane. Come to the rectangle tool. I'll just draw something here like that. Draw something like that. Then I'll finish it up. Then now I can control it. I'll come to the line. I want to align it to this surface there, just like that. Then of course we want to bring it down. I'll align it to this. For now, let me drag it. Let me just drag it down. I'll drag it all the way down so that I can get the level here. I'll now pick this surface and then this one. I'll align it like that. And then of course I'll drag it all the way to the other side. And the easiest way for me to do that is just to maybe align or drag. Let's just select and drag. Sometimes you can drag like a normal human being. So I'll save that. So that part there is covered, though it's supposed to come all the way up here, but we can now do that. We can do that a little bit later. So let's do this for all these remaining steps. So we come to architecture, components, model in place, generic models. You pick you set a work plane. You pick the plane. You say okay, the plane is this one. You come to your extrusion. You can actually choose extrusion after picking a plane. It doesn't matter. So you should not worry that I picked extrusion last. After setting a plane, you can do that perfectly. So I'll bring this one here. Let me finish it up. And then I'll still drag this one that side. Just make it run this side there. Of course, we want to continue. Make sure you save your work. Make sure you always save your work. Now this one here, I think I'll just drag it up. Can drag it up to that level. Not quite. That's not what we want to achieve. That is not what we want to achieve. What I realized, these extrusions are not supposed to extend all the way to this other side. In fact, let me first drag this one up. Let me even link it up with this part like that. But then it has to just stop around here. Let me even just click on that. Click on this to take it there. You come to a line again. You click on this. You click on this. It will take it to this part. That's where they're supposed to stop. Click on a line. You can click any surface. It really doesn't matter at this point. Click on a line. Click on any surface. Click on that. See that? That's where we want these things to stop. So make sure you save your work. I keep repeating that so that you don't lose your work after a serious effort. Back to extrusion, team extrusion. I believe you're enjoying this extrusion. So architecture, component, model in place, generic models. Then you rename it. I'll select extrusion. I'll come to set a work plane. I'll pick the plane, and the plane is this one here. Pick a rectangle. I'll draw the plane all the way down. So I'll finish it up. I can just drag it to the other side. Let me first finish it. Click on it, drag it all the way here. Then you drag this one here. And of course, I'll align it. I'll use the align tool. I'll align it to this surface. And the rest are supposed to be aligned like that. I don't know why they are not aligned. They should be aligned. We're left with the two more. You don't have to get tired. Architecture, components, model in place, generic models like that. Okay. Then extrusion. Come to set work plane. Pick a plane. Okay. Come to your rectangle tool. Did we pick a plane? Let me first set a plane again. Pick a plane. If you don't pick a plane, trust me, it will disturb you. Pick that. Pick this. So if you are not sure that you have picked a plane, you better go and pick it again. It doesn't hurt to be so sure. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. So this one has to be exactly here. Then of course, okay. Then I finish it up. I'll come to this. I'll drag it all the way to this side. Then this side. Just like that. So we actually have one more to go. Just one more. One last one. Architecture, components, model in place, generic models. You rename it. You say okay. Come to extrusion. You go to set the work plane. You pick the plane. And okay, the plane is this one. Come to your rectangle. You draw your plane. Draw actual extrusion. You finish it up. Then we can drag it just like that. Drag it all the way here, just like that. Drag it all the way there. We can align. Come to align this surface to come to align. Pick that. I don't know why it is not coming, but let me first select it. So I'll just push it outside here like that. So now we have that. Have you seen? We have created that. I know we did it roughly, but Let us try and align this surface to, I don't know, it looks like it is aligned. Where has it gone? Escape. Escape. Let me undo. Did we have something there? Yeah. Where did it disappear anyways? So it is back. We now have that. We have that, and I believe you can now create a step for yourself. See that? So when you go to your house, these are the steps you are going to use. Now I want to show you how to create remember in our previous video we created railing. So we're going to create some railings here to lead us to the room. So we shall go to the ground floor, shall create railings on these steps. Come to your architecture, you look for railings. Railings are here. You can say sketch path. You can sketch path. For me, I'll use the line tool this time. I'll just draw my railing from here to here. Then I can draw another one from here. Let me draw another one all the way to this part. Just like that. When I finish here, I come to my 3D. You see we have railings here. However, this one here is it is standing. It is standing on. It is standing in air. So we're going to edit it. So we click on it, and let me first just cancel. Make sure we're free to edit. When I click on it, I go to edit path. Then I come to my ground floor. For now, let me just remove this. Then I'll finish it up. We shall first have this. Okay, we shall first have this. Then let's try and achieve the rest down here. I'll close this roof level for now. Come to the ground floor. Let me just go to architecture. I come to the railings. Of course, let me sketch one here and see what they will give me. Just like that. Click OK. When I come to the 3D, that's what we get. And I want this base offset. You see here, when you come to the properties, the base level is the ground floor, right? But our base level is not the ground floor actually, because we are going deeper into the foundation. Now the base offset is supposed to be, let's say, negative 150. When you do that, it will push it down, right? The offset from path is 0. So that is how we are going to achieve this. So now, let me see. So let's delete this for now. Let's delete it for now, so that let us draw it all the way down and see what we can achieve. So let me come to railings. Here in architecture, railings, sketch path. This time I'm going to pick line, which is here. I'll pick this line. I'll pick that line. I'll pick this line, this line, this line, and this line. I'll click OK. When I come to my 3D, I'll see what I have here. It is standing in air again. Then of course now let us try and do, let's say we want the base offset to be foundation, and see what it will now go down. That means we can easily control this now.